Hi guys, welcome back to World Cup Daily Show on Rep Sports platform. And first of all, if you are wondering why I'm wearing this Liverpool T-shirt, obviously for Mohamed Salah, who has powered Egypt to their first World Cup victory at the World Cup, and also another match day at the World Cup, and again few upset and Spain's thrashing Saudi Arabia, and obviously we'll look forward to the Argentina versus Austria game. Lionel Messi Argentina will be facing against Ralf Ragnick Austria. So a lot to talk about in this show. But first of all, Rohanda, to start with, this World Cup is turning out to be the World Cup for the goalkeeper. First of all, Vozina, then Room of Curacao, and then again it's Iran, Beren Vand. What a World Cup it is for the goalkeeper, especially.
And what a day for the underdogs, I would say, because against Belgium,
Absolutely.
we consider to be perhaps the underdogs. Against Uruguay, Cabo Verde, underdogs. Both of these teams performing well and creating perhaps not upsets, but because we call defeat as an upset, but getting a draw against these sides in the World Cup is no less than an upset for these teams. One time, Iran had a lead through Mehdi Tarami, but unfortunately that wasn't ruled an offside. But holding Belgium for a draw against in the World Cup stage against all the big names, and a fantastic performance from the goalkeeper of Iran, as you said. On the other side, Cabo Verde Bozina as well, playing in front of his mother and getting a fantastic draw against Uruguay. A great day for the underdogs, I would say. A lot of interesting stories that came up, as you mentioned. Egypt getting their first World Cup victory, great one against New Zealand. But of course, for Iran, a country that is war-ridden, coming to USA, playing their games, going back to Mexico on the just hours after the match is ended, getting such a performance, getting a point against a team like Belgium. Great story and really inspirational stories. And that says that football is for everyone. For a team like Cabo Verde coming to the World Cup, getting a point against Uruguay, for a country like Iran having nothing left to look forward to when it comes to the national front and the political front, and coming and doing such a performance in the World Cup. These are stories that will last for us for long.
Correct, absolutely. I mean, let's come one by one. I mean, first let's talk about the Iran game. Iran, they stopped Belgium. Belgium, if you see their FIFA ranking, it's ninth in the FIFA ranking. Though they are not doing justice to their ranking at this World Cup, they have played two games so far, and they have
They
played
have
out
never done justice to
draw.
their name.
Absolutely. I mean, they have played out draw in both the games. So now, I mean, now, it's really difficult for them to make it to the next stage. And that will be one of the most shocking incident at this World Cup. If Belgium couldn't make it to the next round. But again, we'll have to give credit to Iran the way they have played. Because Iran coach, after the match, he lamented, how they have, cut short their preparation because of the war. Since 6 months, the war was going on. So that actually hampered their preparation. They couldn't even play friendlies against other nation as well. Most of the players were also busy in the military service, and then after reaching Mexico as well, you know because of visa restriction and all, they had to cut short their training session. Despite all these difficulties, they are still unbeaten at this World Cup, and that is the most heartwarming story of this World Cup. And they are still on track to make it to the next round as well. If they can pull off a victory or at least a draw, then I think they also have a chance to make it to the next round by one of the best placed, you know third third ranked team, out of the eight teams to the next round. So that's an incredible story of Iran. But Shomnath, let's come to the first game yesterday, that is Saudi Arabia versus Spain. I mean, just the inception of one 18-year-old kid in the lineup totally changed the whole squad of Spain.
Absolutely. I think this is the start of a new generation greats of the next generation, we are about to witness him. Lamine Yamal, he is on the go, and it was expected. Obviously, in the first match, Spain had a roadblock, but that doesn't, demean the quality of the Spanish side. Obviously, they have the kind of midfielders they have, the kind of wingers they have in their team, and again, since Spain is a very very young team, the confidence these players have with the ball, it's absolutely incredible. And except for Lamine Yamal, I have to say one thing about Rodri. After the injury, the huge ACL injury, I think at least I'm seeing Rodri now. He's playing fantastically. Obviously, back-to-back games, he has played wonderfully. He completely he dictates the pitch, and uh, this is very important in such a young team. When you have players like Pedri, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, you need that one leader in the midfield who will lead the side, and who will keep the position, who will help their other teammates to excel through this pitch. So obviously, Rodri was absolutely brilliant. And what to say about Lamine Yamal? Obviously, he has played only in the first half. In the second half, he was sledged. He was challenged by those Saudi Arabia players. So Coach Luis de Afonte, he subbed out Lamine Yamal. But uh, in the first half, 45 to 50 minutes, whichever time he played, I think he played absolutely magnificent football. And obviously, if we talk about his goal, it was pure class. And this is only the first of many from Lamine Yamal, and hopefully in the next matches we will see more goals from him for sure.
So, Deronda, if you see this group, then Spain obviously at the top of this group, with 4 points. But what an incredible performance from Cape Verde. After stopping Spain in the first round, now they have stopped Uruguay as well. I mean, they played out a 2-2 draw. Obviously, it was Cape Verde who opened the scoring first, and Uruguay made a comeback. They made it 2-1. Then again, it was I think late in the match, Cape Verde scored again. So, who do you think will make it to the next round? I mean, in the last round, Uruguay faces Spain and Cape Verde faces Saudi Arabia.
Well, this in this group we did not expect that Cape Verde will make this group this interesting, right? Because
Absolutely.
we all expected the newcomers to finish at the bottom of the half, but unfortunately, Saudi Arabia, we did not expect Saudi Arabia to be the one with the most weakest team in this group. Cape Verde coming to that game, what a fantastic game they had. The first goal of a free kick from such a long distance from from Kevin Pina. He also scored multiple goals during the Cape Verdean qualifiers as well. He has been a great player for the team. And Varela, the second goal that he got against Uruguay, it was perhaps a bad back pass from the defender towards the goalkeeper, and he got the poachers instinct, got the control of the ball, got past the goalkeeper and finished the goal. It was a great display of football from the Cape Verdean side. But what's interesting is that what will happen with the Spain and Uruguay game, because now Uruguay are in the tougher side against tougher decision, and Saudi will also face difficulties against this Cape Verdean side. And if Cape Verde can defeat Saudi, they might be the one going through to the next round, perhaps as the best third place team as well from the 8 teams. But what bigger lesson throughout this World Cup has been that teams like Qatar, teams like Saudi, who have immense amount of money, have not performed well in the bigger stages. So it gives us a lesson that money is not the only thing, right? You need to have a good structure in place. In Indian football as well, we have money right now. When it comes to the ISL and the top leagues, the players are paid well, but money is not the thing that gives us a lesson from the performance of these teams like Saudi and Qatar. Qatar conceding 6 goals, Saudi not did getting for conceding 4 goals, and teams like Cape Verde, they are doing well, who perhaps are 10 times poorer than any player from Saudi, right? So it gives us a big lesson that money is not the only thing that's holding football back in India.
Absolutely. And now we'll shift to the Belgium versus Iran game. And Shomnath, what's wrong with Belgium? Of course, so disappointing from them. The squad they have, all expected better from the Belgium side. Obviously, we need to talk about Iran as well. I mean, already I have mentioned, despite all the difficulties, off the pitch, the way they have performed so far at this World Cup, being unbeaten at the World Cup, their coach says that it's really an incredible thing for them, and also they have a chance to make it to the next round. But especially we need to talk about their goalkeeper. I mean, Ali Reza Baron one already had two Guinness World Book record because of a long throw and a drop kick throw. And yesterday he pulled off another incredible performance. He stopped 7 shots of Belgium attackers. So another top-notch goalkeeping performance. But Shomnath, what do you think? Where Belgium going wrong? I mean, they really need a huge transition to again when if we want to see that giant Belgium back.
I mean, everything is going wrong for Belgium in this tournament. I don't know the brand of football they are playing right now. I was watching the game last night, and especially in the first half, Belgium was winning the ball in the midfield. They were switching the ball in the left flank. Again, they were bringing the ball in the center. Again, they were switching the ball to the right flank. Again, they were back passing the ball to their defense, and the process continues for 30 to 35 minutes and so. But in the final third, the Belgium were absolutely piss poor. Be it Lukaku, be it any other number nine, they are not getting their target man striker in form, obviously. And if we talk about that Belgium team, previously Lukaku was their number nine, the target man striker, but the kind of form he's in right now, it's very very alarming, because in club football, Lukaku has been benched in his club team also. He doesn't get regular chances in club football, and there's a problem with Lukaku over the years. He needs a proper setup. He needs a preferable setup, and then only he can, fire. Otherwise, he's not a good player to, or not a good striker to score goals. But obviously, if you see this Belgium team, just in the fag end of in the fag end of the golden generation of Belgium, Kevin De Bruyne, be it Thibaut Courtois, be it any other player. Obviously, the newcomers, players like Trossard, they are not well coordinating with the team, and obviously Belgium looks in shambles, and Belgium has to thank the VAR, because if there was no VAR in the match yesterday, Belgium would have faced their first defeat in this World Cup. And coming to Iran, I think it was a spectacular goal, set piece goal from the goal which was disallowed by the VAR. It was a spectacular move from Iran, especially the kind of finish from Mehdi Teremi. I think obviously Iran was unlucky. Iran deserved a point from the match, deserved 3 points from the match. But again, now the chances of qualification becomes very interesting, because Belgium, they still have a chance to go through the next round, because they will face New Zealand in the last match, comparatively the most easiest match in their group, and Iran will face the most difficult match, I would say, against Egypt, because they are in great shape, great form. Defeating Egypt would be a monumental task for Iran. Even if they able to get 1 point, I think that will be enough for Iran to get to the next round. But again, still in Group G, I think Belgium and Egypt, they have a good chance to go through. But the kind of performance Iran has put out through the tournament, I think it's really really appreciable.
Okay, hopefully Belgium will qualify for the next round. Obviously, we'll talk about the upcoming games. Major focus will be on Argentina versus Austria. The defending champions will again take the field against Raf Nagrik, Austria. But before that, Rohan, your thoughts on the 48 teams World Cup so far? Do you think FIFA has taken the right call? I mean, the way Curacao, Cabo Verde, and even Iran are the regular participant in the World Cup since last 4 5 edition. But other nation, the way they are performing, we all thought that the group stage might not produce that many competitive games, but so far how the World Cup have panned out, do you think it's a right call from FIFA?
Well, start from the right from the beginning. I never had an issue with 48 teams because I personally enjoy watching these small nations, small teams coming up. I would any day prefer watching a Cabo Verde, watching a Kurosua, and for the not for just the football, but also as for the story. For personally me, I never had an issue with 48 teams. Uh, many people say that the 48 teams World Cup will have multiple such games which will not be interesting to watch. That have already been proven wrong by teams like Cabo Verde. Curacao again after their 7-1 defeat against Germany got a draw in the next game. So these teams have proven that if given the chance, if given the platform as well, they can produce some good display of football. And these are stories that will stay on for long. Teams like Saudi, teams like Qatar, who have previously played the World Cup, have not done well, but teams like Cabo Verde and all, they have done well, right? So I never had an issue with 48 teams. Many more games, more the games, more merrier, because we get a lot of things to celebrate, lot more footballing action. The only issue I had with this World Cup is the timing. Other than that, I never had an issue with anything. Waking up at 3:30 a.m. to watch Cabo Verde, perhaps not the thing that I would do it every day,
Correct.
until and unless it's my own team, right? So that's the only issue. But apart from that, I have been very satisfied with the football that we have seen so far. Yes, of course, we had some stalemate performances. We had some boring matches also. But apart from that, that happens in 32 teams as well, right? We always have teams who play perhaps more defensively, or matches who ended without a goalless draw. But overall, for me, it has been a great World Cup so far. Looking forward to the next rounds.
Absolutely. And 48 teams World Cup has also given a big opportunity for teams like Curacao, Cabo Verde, New Zealand. They are making the most of this, opportunity.
Of
As an
course.
India fan, we will keep wondering when will India, make the most of this opportunity. I asked actually Pedro Benali that question, yesterday that what do you think? Can India realistically make it to the World Cup? This 48 team World Cup is really a big advantage for India to make it realistically in the future. He said, of course it is, but for that India need to focus on the future, not in the present. India should take a big lesson from Morocco's World Cup journey or Morocco's football revolution. The way they have invested in their infrastructure, their facility, and alongside that, how most of the World Cup nation, if you see, they are taking advantage of the dual citizenship players. If you see, most of the nation are relying on their dual citizenship player. So India should also work out to attract their own OCIPIO players, and they need to attract them by India's project. So that's where it's possible for. So we'll have to just wait and see when can India really make the most of this 48 team World Cup format. Shomnath, this comment for you: any World Cup are coming to ISL? Any chance? In recent time, have you seen any World Cupper playing in the ISL? I think apart from that first, 2 or 3 season, because we have seen Johnny Kauko from Euro, playing for Mohun Bagan. But apart from that, no recent World Cupper.
Obviously, in the 2022 Australia, there was Jason Cummings, there was Jimmy McLean. So yes, we have seen World Cuppers play in ISL, but since it's a new format of the World Cup, 48 nation World Cup, and many you can find many countries whose starting 11 players are very cheap as compared to foreigners who play in the ISL. So yes, you will need proper scouting from the scouting teams of these ISL clubs, and you can get your favorable players from the World Cup. It's a, you can see it's a kind of PR signing that we are bringing a World Cup player to our team, just to play the
Hmm.
ISL. But yes, since the World Cup format has completely changed from 32 to 48 nations, there are many players who can whom can the ISL clubs afford, and obviously it will all depend on the ISL club scouting team to get those players. But yes, I think we will get to see several World Cup players in this ISL season.
It would be great if any team, brings that player from DR Congo, Buthu Swami. And what an incredible player he is, the way he played against Portugal. Top-notch performance from him. But again, now we'll talk about the Argentina versus Austria game. Rohanda, after a long break, again, Argentina taking the field against Ralf Ragnick, Austria. We know Ralf Ragnick's, the quintessential football style, that is gegenpress, plays defensive football and also, rely a lot on counter attack. So one thing that Argentina needs to avoid, from what they did against Algeria, to be alert against this Austrian team.
Well, to be honest, Algeria played very close defensive football in the first initial minutes till the first goal was scored, which was again a an individual brilliance goal, not a very team goal with multiple passes that we generally see. And then for teams like Algeria, who actually play defensive football, and then the deadlock is broken and they don't have no clues how to do. They don't know how to, whether to defend or whether to go forward to scoring goals, and that opens up the game, and big teams like Argentina take the advantage. But Australia won't be that easy. Austria, sorry, won't be that easy, because you know getting that first goal will be the key. Whoever gets that first goal will be the key for Austria. Argentina goal was not tested against Algeria. To be honest, only one time a proper attack was there and the goal happened, but it was ruled out offside in the seventh minute of the game, and perhaps after that only some few routine shots on target for Amy to save. I wouldn't say it would be that easy against, like it was against Algeria. And the only one thing that Argentina needs to get out of is that over reliance on Lionel Messi. The others need to have their names on the score sheet. The others need to get to the scoring habits. We saw multiple goals from different goal scorer during the qualifiers. It's a good sign, but for the tournament to progress, Argentina will face a lot more tougher sides as they move forward. Austria won't be that easy. They do play good compact football. Breaking the deadlock will be the key. Again, a Messi brilliance might be. We might see Messi a magical moment from that Argentina captain, but again, relying on only one thing is perhaps not the greatest tactics to go forward. So I would say that Lionel Scaloni will have that covered, and we have to see whether. But the only one thing is that if Austria scores first, how do Argentina react to that? That's if that happens, that we have to see what happens.
Absolutely. Shomnath, if Argentina, and of course they are, I mean, they looked set to qualify for the next round, that is round of 32. And if they qualify for the round of 32, then most likely they will face someone from Group H, someone between Spain, Uruguay, or Cabo Verde. So how excited are you for that clash? I mean,
I
either
mean,
Spain
if
or
a
Uruguay.
obviously, we can't say that Uruguay will, qualify as the second best team from Group H, because because
Could be Cabo
Uruguay
Verde
will
as
play
well, yeah.
Spain in their last match. Yes, and Capo Verde will play against, I think,
Saudi.
check once.
Yes, it's Spain, Uruguay, or Cabo Verde from Group H. Anyone
Uh,
between
so
them.
so it's comparatively easier for Capo Verde to, to snatch a point, and it's comparatively tougher for Uruguay to snatch a point against Spain. And the kind of Spain we are talking about, I think Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal will play from the very first minute against Uruguay, and it will be very tough for them again. If Spain manages to win the match, and if Capo Verde, manages to get one single point from the match, then Capo Verde qualifies as the second best team from Group H. And if we talk about the Argentina group, they are looking absolutely unstoppable, and the group is comparatively easier for Argentina as well. And if they qualify as the group champions, which they most likely will do, then in the round of 32, we will see Argentina versus Capo Verde in the Capo Verde match, and that will be, I think, very interesting. But coming to the Austria and Argentina game, it will be a very interesting match, because if we look at Austria, they play a very unique formation. They play a 3-4-1-2 formation with a three-man defense. And against Argentina, will they maintain this three-man defense? That will be very interesting, because again, you have a team like Argentina, whose number 9 is one of the most decorated strikers in the world right now, Julian Alvarez. You have players like Lionel Messi, whose individual brilliance can cause havoc in your defense. They have good wingers in their team, good midfield. It will be very interesting to see. But again, as I said, that the Argentina group is uh, comparatively very easier according to their standards, according to their consistency, and obviously according to their recent form. But I think yes, Australia will look to give an upset to Argentina, but I think Argentina is too strong for that kind of a challenge. But again, as Rwanda said, I think it will be interesting that uh, Argentina to see Argentina if there is any combination goal or any other player stepping up for the win or not. But yes, we will be looking forward to this match.
Rohan, the Argentina's head coach Lionel Scaloni, I mean, he is not known for making such controversial comment, but one of his comment from the pre-match press conference is again drawn controversy. That is, he has expressed concern about this hydration break. He is saying this hydration break is really breaking the game into four quarters, just like a hockey game, and really helping the coaches to implement their new tactics during the game. So your thoughts on this? I mean, do you see the positive side of the game as well? I mean, it's big advantage for the coaches or for the teams who are trailing during the game, so that might help them to implement new tactics and all, and also the commercial side of the game as well.
Well, I'm very traditional guy. I don't really like changes to being done, especially to this beautiful game. Cricket, we have seen over the years, have developed into a commercial product more than a game, especially in our country. But for football, getting an hydration break, perhaps a good tactics for some coaches who are trailing at that moment, and they can do some tweaks here and there in that moment. A team like a bigger team playing against a smaller team who are perhaps trailing in that position can actually help to regain momentum. We have seen that in cricket as well. A player is doing a fantastic job with the bat, and there's a sudden break, and the momentum breaks, and the next over he gets out, right? So these things happen. I am personally against the whole hydration break thing. We also had, after COVID, we also had breaks of like drinks break, but that did not last for 2.5 minutes, right? So this is more of a commercial product, I would say, having a hydration break. And especially in conditions where most of the games are played under dome and under controlled temperature. So it's more of a commercial product, I would say, and I'm personally against it. And I really go with what not only Lionel Scaloni but multiple other players have spoken against. Former players, coaches have spoken against the hydration drink thing. I don't know. The last time USA hosted the World Cup, I think it was in 1974. They also had proposed something like this, a break, but that time FIFA did not allow that to happen. This time, I think with the rising costs, FIFA also had to do something like that to bring in more sponsors. But I'm yes, it's good for teams who are trailing and to regroup everything to get some new tactics in place. But that breaks the momentum of the game. That was also part of the game, right? You are trailing, you implement your thing. The coach instructs you from the sideline. You implement that on the pitch. You do not have to make a stop to the game and then do it just like in hockey. So I think the purity of football should be kept intact as it was happening for all these years.
Agree. So the debate will go on, throughout this whole World Cup, and I will take one final comment from Shomnath before ending this show. And Shomnath, what about the other two games? What are you expecting from France versus Iraq? Do you think France really making it Iraq really making it difficult for the France? And another game, Norway versus Senegal. Really, it's going to be a tactical battle between these two teams.
I mean, you have to feel for Iraq, the kind of group they are in. I think they are thinking that yes, we have qualified for the World Cup. That's good, but we have been unlucky because if you see for Iraq, the group is very difficult for them. If we see the other
But Cape Verde also
other
thought
three
that,
teams
Somnath.
rather, Norway
Okay, but
obviously.
also say.
For Cape Verde also thought that we are in a group with Spain and Uruguay in that, so they also thought, but they did well so far.
Obviously, if you look at the three teams, there is Erling Haaland's Norway, a team which looks unstoppable again, and the kind of form in is Erling Haaland in. I think he will completely demolish this Iraq side. Then you have France. Today, Iraq is going to face France again, one of the best teams in the world, and the kind of form again they are in. Especially players like Mikel Olise, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele. I think Iraq will only pray today that they don't get thrashed by many goals or not. And again, they have Senegal in their group, who are the AFCON champions. I mean, practically the AFCON champions, not legally AFCON champions, but still, it's a very, very tough group for Iraq. And I think they will only look to enjoy this tournament. Obviously, qualifying for the FIFA World Cup is a big, big thing for Iraq, because in the a couple of years back, India and Iraq played at the Kings Cup in Thailand, and the score was 2-2. India managed to actually uh, draw with Iran, but draw with Iraq. But actually, it was a very controversial match. Actually, Iraq had a controversial penalty, which in turn helped them to draw the match, and eventually they won the match in penalties. But that was the standard of Indian football a few years back under Igor Stimac, and from that day we gradually kept going down, and obviously Iraq it has been uh, a rise from there. But obviously it will be again a very, very tough group. Let's see what happens. And for France, I think they will again look to continue their winning momentum. Iraq would be their easiest match in this group, and I'm seeing them completely demolishing the side.
Absolutely. Another, that there will be a tactical battle between Norway and Senegal. I mean, Norway, Erling Haaland, Odegaard is there, and for Senegal, Sadio Mane. Obviously, the first game didn't win in their favor, so Sadio Mane is. Senegal would be, looking to bounce back at this World Cup, because this is most likely the last World Cup of Sadio Mane. So that's it for now. Another blockbuster night waiting. Argentina taking on Austria, Senegal, then Senegal versus Norway, and France versus Iraq. What's your prediction? Let us know in the comment section below, and stay tuned to Rep Sports for more such content, more such stories from the World Cup. Thanks for watching. See you guys in our next show.